your weekly pop culture roundup every Wednesday. The Swish Edition with Robbie and Walla Walla.
Town so nice they named it twice.
And Scott in Sin City.
Viva Las Vegas.
We've got all the pop culture silliness of the week you totally need to know. Brace yourselves. This is the Swish Edition.
Hey, everybody. It is episode 518. We're back. It's June 10th. I'm back in my office. I'm very happy to be here. I'm sitting down today. I usually stand up. Robbie, I'm tired, so I needed to sit down for this episode.
Are you on your donut pillow?
I'm not. No, my hemorrhoids are not acting up this week. I'm fine. How have you been? You've had an interesting week.
It's been a rough week over here at the Barnett Augustine household. We lost one of our kitty family members, our beloved tuxedo cat Enzo. He we had to rush into the emergency vet on Wednesday night at like midnight. Our emergency vet is an hour away.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so there's no emergency vet in Walla Walla. You have to go all the way to what's called the Tri-Cities. And so because what happened was all of a sudden his hind legs were like not working. They were like paralyzed. I like quick out of the blue, I don't know what happened. All of a sudden he just wasn't able to move his like. And so we sort of looked into it online, like what could this be? And it said it was a very serious condition, take him to the vet immediately. So we drove out there, not expecting to get what we got. But we took him there, and the vet came in and told us that he had something called saddle thrombus, which is an underlying heart condition. So we didn't even know that Enzo had a heart condition. He was only 3 years old.
No.
And so this condition is where a blood clot gets formed because the cat has this heart condition, and the blood clot can break off and get lodged in the aorta and block blood flow to the hind legs.
Goodness.
And it's a fatal condition. Only like a very small percentage of cats survive after a certain amount of time with this condition, and you have to constantly stay on top of it and like nursing and all with nursing at home with them, and it's a big thing. And the vet said this is a fatal condition, so we had to put him down right then and there at like 2:00 in the morning. It was pretty awful, but yeah, I just wanted to mention it because he was a nice cat and he was friendly to everybody. He was like the nicest cat I've ever.
And he was beautiful. I'm sure that I've already put out the picture that you sent me. He looked like he had those little white gloves on, which were kind of
Yes,
cute.
he was always dressed for a fancy occasion.
He was.
And he made like little chirps and noises all the time to announce his presence and announce his exits. But yeah, so he's definitely missed in this house.
So how are the other two cats doing? Have they acted any differently with one of their friends missing?
So it's we had 4 total, so there's 3 now.
I didn't know there were 4. I thought there were 3.
Mm-hmm. So Enzo was bonded with the other tuxedo named Ellie. They were bonded big time. They were like best buds. It's really hard to think about Ellie not having Enzo with her anymore. So that's one of the other things that's hard. But I don't feel like anyone's looking for him, but because I think maybe they kind of knew something was going on that night. We did get the little kitty paw print in the clay mold that they do nowadays. And we brought it back and just like set it out so they could like smell it. I don't know how well cats can understand things, but I've been snuggling with Ellie a little closer, so because the other 2 cats
good, of course,
are not would never really like play too much with Ellie or snuggle with her like Enzo did. So I don't know what we'll do. Maybe we'll have to get another cat for Ellie later.
We're gonna call you the old cat ladies. You're gonna have a whole menagerie in your house.
It happens, you know, you don't even expect to end up with these many cats, you just collect them.
Apparently. I've never owned a cat, so I don't know anything about them, but, I know they're very sweet and that you love them, so sorry about Enzo. No
Thank you.
fun. I've definitely had to put dogs down before, and that is not fun either, so
Yeah, it was
I know what it's like.
definitely one of the hardest things I've ever had to do,
Yeah,
especially
for
since,
sure.
you know, you don't I would never wanna put a pet down where I'm not in the room.
Oh, me
Because
too.
it's not fair to the pet to be around strangers when this is happening. So, but
Yeah.
being in the room is extra difficult while it's happening. But
I
yeah,
understand
so
that, but it's your duty, I
yes,
think, as a
yes.
pet owner to be there in their final moments.
So yes.
They just go, they don't know what's happening. They just go to sleep. And but yes, it's your duty, I think. And I always get upset when I learn that a friend of mine or a family member didn't do it.
Because they just couldn't do it. But it's a difficult thing that you have to do for them.
You have to do. You
Yeah.
have to
You
do.
gotta be with them
Yeah.
to comfort them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
Because
talk about dogs.
I really wanna talk about dogs. I wanna talk about hot dogs,
Hot
and I'll
dogs.
tell you, I just got back from Palm Springs. As you know, I did the show from there last week, and now we're here in Vegas. We're in the hundreds now, so we do have 2 hot dogs in our house,
Oh.
and 2 hot boys. Got we're not boys anymore, I'll tell you that. But as you know, the unofficial summer food is the hot dog. And I get started this debate with a couple of friends, which is why I thought we'd talk about it on the show this week. Is it okay to put ketchup on a hot dog?
So, okay, so when this ever comes up, my mind immediately goes to two things, right? The first is so when I was a kid and ate hot dogs, me and my brother, we would always put ketchup on our hot dogs. Like, why wouldn't you? You're a kid, you eating a hot dog, put ketchup on it. Until my dad, so there was a I don't know if did you ever see the Dirty Harry movies with Clint
Sure.
Eastwood? Okay, there's one of the Dirty Harry movies, I think it was the 3rd one, it was called Sudden Impact from 19 I think it was '83. There is a famous exchange in that movie where Dirty Harry Callahan, Clint Eastwood's character, is at a scene where someone had been murdered, right? You know, he was like a detective. And the guy that was, one of the other guys that was there first was eating a hot dog while he was talking to him about this. And there was ketchup all over the hot dog, and Dirty Harry was like he said that nobody, I mean, nobody puts ketchup on a hot dog. And my dad saw that movie, he loved that Dirty Harry, and he ran with that line for the rest of his life.
For the rest of his life.
Anytime, any single time I had a hot dog with ketchup on it, he would say that line from that movie. It's funny and it's nostalgic and it's fun because my dad would say it, and also it's a funny part in that movie if you
Yeah.
know it. So that's where
Well,
my mind goes about ketchup on hot dogs. And yes, I think ketchup does belong on a hot dog.
me too. Well, I have no problem with it. And unlike Dirty Harry and unlike all the people who live in Chicago. So apparently this is really a Chicago thing. There are very famous hot dog stands and hot dog restaurants in Chicago that do not carry um, ketchup and will not give it to you if you ask and tell you that it's not allowed.
Well, that's why you have to carry your own ketchup.
Exactly. But even further than that, the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council, which I don't know why that's a thing, they say that ketchup is not acceptable for anyone over the age of 18. Where,
Okay. Well, when
yeah.
I always ate hot dogs as a kid, I was under 18, so it was acceptable then.
Okay, but what about
And
now?
so Scott,
You put whatever you want on it, right?
I don't eat hot dogs.
You don't.
Well, see, I don't eat beef products or pork products.
Forgot all
Just
about
because I'm
that
sort of like
silly thing.
semi-vegetarian, you know, but
Yeah,
it's not for any religion or reason or anything like that, but I just that's my choice is not to eat
sure.
hot dogs. Now I will eat like a tofu dog or something if the
Why?
occasion calls for it. Something that's like not real meat. And if I do eat one, what Shake Shack used to have, they might still have it. They're not bad, but I would put ketchup on those. So
Okay.
if you want to count that as a hot dog, then yes, I would still put
Yeah.
ketchup. And
I
ketchup is the only thing I put on it.
really.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's it.
see, I put raw white onion, yellow mustard, ketchup, and sometimes pickle relish.
That's a lot.
And sometimes when I get the hot dogs at Resorts World, there's a great restaurant there that I love that they have great hot dogs. They put sport peppers on, which is pickled green chili peppers. And that's really
I
good
wonder if they
too.
have the fake hot dogs. Sometimes those fake hot dogs can be really gross. Like they're
Yeah.
dry but there's some that are really good. But
Yeah,
the
I don't see the point.
turkey dogs, that's it. The turkey dogs
Yeah.
are good.
So
Yeah.
you'll eat turkey,
I will eat poultry. Yeah, I'll eat birds and fish.
birds and fish.
Yeah. If it has more than 2 legs, I don't eat it.
Yeah. See, when I came up with this segment for the show, I totally forgot about that.
But I am
But
not
you do
but I'm not offended. You can talk about it if you want. I'll
Do you
I'll
have-
engage.
Do you have ketchup in your house right now as we speak?
I do, and it's Heinz.
It's Heinz.
It's Heinz
Because
because
it
that's
has
the
to be
only
Heinz.
ketchup.
Did you know? And I learned that
Although McDonald's ketchup is the bomb.
is that not
It's-
Heinz?
No, it's like its own ketchup. It's
Their own proprietary.
It's so good though. If you know what I mean. If people out there, if you eat McDonald's, their ketchup is the best.
It is.
It's got more salt in it or something. I don't know. But no, Heinz is like the only one I buy.
So I didn't know this, but maybe you guys know this. The Heinz ketchup bottle has a paper label on the front of it, and around the edges of the label, it's red. It's the exact color red as their ketchup. So their ketchup has a very specific color to it. It's very, very primary red.
It's like a dark red. Yeah, it's like kind of like a darker red.
But there's so many restaurants out there that use Heinz or supposedly use Heinz. But what they've done, and a lot of diners across the country are apt to do this, is they'll refill the Heinz ketchup bottles with an inferior product that's cheaper.
That should be illegal.
It should be illegal.
You know why? I mean, ketchup is free. Okay, so there's at the restaurants, at least now it is. They haven't started charging you for that.
No.
But it sort of reminds me of like a shady bar owner putting like Kirkland's into a Grey Goose bottle of vodka.
Well, there you go.
And you know that there are bars that do that.
I think that Kirkland is Grey Goose, though.
Well, I mean, I just said Kirkland to think of something else, like a Bobo brand, like Bowman's. They're putting Bowman's in a Grey Goose. Although if somebody tried to give me Bowman's and say it was Grey Goose, I would be able to call that shit out because that's how much I drink vodka.
I wonder how many times we've gone to bars and that's actually happened, where you're ordering one vodka and you're getting something like rail, like $4.99
You never know.
bottle.
I mean, I always pick whenever I order a drink anywhere, and it's not that often anymore. I mainly drink at home nowadays.
Yeah.
But I will
order by brand name.
I watch them. Yeah, I will order by brand name, and I will watch them like a hawk while they pour it and open it and all that. And I want to make sure that they get the right stuff.
Yeah. Well, you can't do this with vodka, but you can do it with ketchup. So next time you go to like Denny's or a diner or something that actually has a ketchup bottle on the table, it's not going to be the fancy restaurants.
I was going to
check.
I was going to say, do I look like I go to Denny's? But I couldn't say it because I have been to Denny's.
What's wrong with going to Denny's? I love Denny's.
There's nothing wrong with it. It popped into my head, but I was like, I can't say it because I have been there.
But I go to plenty of restaurants that give you.
I kind of like
bottle.
I like the generic red squeezy bottle. You know what I mean? Like from school days. Where you just squeeze it. It has that very specific, intense squirt. You know what I mean? And you could write your name with it.
I have that. I have those bottles here in the house. I use them for different things. So
I don't want to know what that's for, but
in my kitchen uses.
Also, I mean, this is like a well-known thing, right? Heinz 57 ketchup in the bottle. There's a 57 embossed on the side of the bottle in a certain spot. You're supposed to hit that to get the ketchup to come out.
Get it going. Yeah. I think that only works on the glass bottle.
Yes, the
I don't
glass
I don't
bottle.
know if
Yes, I
yeah,
meant to say glass bottle, not.
yeah.
I mean, the plastic bottle, you just squeeze the damn thing.
You just squeeze it. That's right.
And then
And
you
you
got all
leave
that
it.
watery shit that comes out in the front. You got that pre-cum
I
ketchup.
hate that. Don't say that word when we're talking about ketchup. All right, why don't we go to your favorite part of the show? How about that?
The part of the show where we talk about Madonna.
Oh my God. Again,
Yeah, well, she's got a lot going on right now.
she she's everywhere.
And I'm watching with very, very critiquing eyes, I will say. You know, people know by now I am a Madonna fan, but I do watch very, very, I don't want to say judging, but I critique everything she does now because she has been doing this partnership with Grindr, which is a gay dating app. If you didn't know that. Dating, I say dating with quotation marks in the air. But
Gay hookup
she
app.
has partnered with them for the release of this new album, Confessions 2. And there was a surprise concert at Times Square last Thursday. And I don't think I even knew that it was happening until it might have been that day or maybe the day before. No, because the day before we knew something was coming, but we didn't know what was coming. And I think that day was when I found out there was going to be like a surprise, like
Yeah.
mini concert at literal Times Square during like a freaking rush hour. There was a huge, Times Square, all the huge billboards that are there, the lighted digital billboards. One of them seamlessly just opened, and it was like she's behind like these doors that opened up out of the electronic billboard,
And the
and
billboard, yeah.
and it was kind of cool because she was in the same pose as the album cover, where she's like sort of like laying on her knees on the side with that veil, the pink purplish veil
Pink veil, yeah.
over her. And I was like, is that her? Is it a bill? Is it a cutout? Is it is it really her? Because she wasn't moving, but then like she took it off and then went into the first song, which I think it was "I Feel So Free." Was that the first one?
Yeah, it's on that set list at the top of page 2.
So she was wearing essentially the same thing that she wore when she performed at Coachella with Sabrina Carpenter, like a pink, like
Well,
lingerie
she
type
wasn't wearing the
thing.
same thing because that was stolen.
Well, she had taken that jacket off and then it got stolen, but I don't know. Like, she did like "I Feel So Free." She did some songs from the first Confessions album, and she definitely did "Hung Up" and "I Love New York" and "Get Together," which are 3 classics. I mean, "I Love New York" was not a single, it was just an album track, but it's kind of beloved. And she did "Bring Your Love" without Sabrina Carpenter, and she did "I Feel So Free." And
And Love Sensation.
Love Sensation, she debuted that new track.
I think it was genius. I mean, and this new concert venue, so it was supposedly a huge secret, and they call it the Square. And they're going to use it for concerts and other brand activation. So it was supposed to be. It was a huge secret. Nobody knew it was
This
there.
was the first time we knew that there was something behind that billboard that somebody could perform from.
Opened up, yeah.
Maybe in the future, all kinds of different people are going to perform there, and Madonna's the first one to do it.
Yeah,
as she's been the first to do a lot of things.
Well, they'll definitely, certainly use it on New Year's Eve because, I mean, there's all kinds of things going on down there for New Year's Eve, so I'm sure they'll use it.
Well, and that this performance, so many people were taking videos of it and posting it, and
yeah,
it was fun because it was surprising, but it was not. I didn't know what to expect. I was like, what to expect. I was like, I'm always cautious when she does anything because the haters are immediately going to come out of the woodwork. I mean, even if Madonna does excellent, A+ 100% job, the haters are still going to come out of the woodwork, and it's just kind of exhausting and discouraging. But they had a lot to work with this performance. But what did you think of it?
I didn't think much of it. I thought it was awkward, and I think it was weird that she was up there 40 feet off the ground above the 50,000 people. It didn't make much sense to me. But I think it was kind of cool, the technology and how she was on every single billboard in all of Times Square. I mean, talk about a brand takeover, right?
I think it
And
would
she
have been
definitely got the
cool.
attention.
It would have
Yeah,
been cool to be there, right? Wouldn't it have been
probably.
cool to be? If you
I
lived
don't
in New
like
York City, would you have run down there to see it?
no, because I don't like that. I don't like big crowds of people. So that would have been my like nightmare on earth. I would have hated that. All those people jammed in that tiny little space. No, I couldn't have done it.
And
But
it looked like the traffic was still going through. Like you could see
yeah,
cars
they were
and
all on that little. You've been to Times Square. They were
yeah.
all on that little island in the middle where the ticket booth
Well,
is.
then
I
there
mean,
was somebody posted like props to the school field trip tour guide that was caravanning a group of kids through Times Square when this happened. But can
right,
you imagine, like, oh, we just happened to be walking through Times Square when Madonna came out of a
right.
billboard in her underwear to
No,
sing new songs, which I mean, there's only one life to live, right? You might as well be exciting and fun about
of
it. So I'm
course
giving all the props to that.
she gets
Um,
all the props. But you got to talk about this movie because I think the movie was like 10 times better.
so yeah, so today,
Not
well,
today,
Monday, June 8th,
Monday.
she through YouTube, she released a 10-minute like movie. Essentially, it was like a very
It's a music
artsy,
video.
like yeah, they're calling it like a 10-minute movie. Like it's like a music video that seamlessly connects. What was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 songs from the
It
new
was
album.
it was the
The
first
first
6
6.
songs and she did them in order as they're going to appear on the album.
Yeah, so I watched it twice today on my lunch break because it got
Okay.
released at like 8 o'clock this morning. And
Our
I have a
time, yeah.
job, so I cannot, or Monday, I have a job. I can't just stop everything and watch this video. If I was a teenager back in the day, maybe I could have just watched it, but I'm an adult now. But I didn't, I enjoyed it. There were parts that I enjoyed more than the others, just because there was a lot of like interesting visuals. There were some parts where women were walking around with cameras on their face, like they were like a walking robot camera.
Yeah.
Other times there was women and men. I think men were there too, having like lasers shoot out of their
Out of
unmentionable areas,
their crotch and
and
buttholes. Yeah.
it was specifically placed in those locations. So
Yes.
those were like, all right. I mean,
And that was her idea, by the way. She wanted lasers to come out of the crotches and butts of the dancers.
and I'm fine with. I'm here for it. It did not rub me the wrong way at all. But my favorite part of the whole thing was,
The
and this
bathroom.
the bathroom, because at some point she ends up, so she starts off in like a house, right? And then that's when she's doing I Feel So Free, and then she moves into the woods, and that's when it goes into Good for the Soul, which I thought that was a good song.
It's a great song.
One Step Away was, I don't remember it too much, but maybe I will later. I think that was when I don't know where she was
She
in
was
that.
driving.
She was driving. Oh yeah, there's a great
Yeah.
driving scene. Thank you
Yeah.
for that. And then she has a great she has some good outfits in this movie.
She does. She
I'm just gonna call it a
great.
movie because
She looked great.
She looks good and her clothes are good.
Yeah. But can I
And
stop you? Can I stop you for a second?
Yeah.
The car. I don't want to miss this part.
Yes,
At
go.
the end of her driving really crazy through the city, she crashes and the airbag goes off and then
there's a
lipstick on
print.
the airbag.
Yes,
Yeah.
I noticed that immediately and thought that was kind of cute.
It was great. And so that's what we're going to call today's episode, Lipstick on the Airbag.
My God, I love that, Scott. I do. Because I noticed that the first time I saw it, I was like, is that lipstick or is it blood?
Yeah.
But no, that was super fun. I love that part. But yes, the bathroom is my favorite part because then she's walking into a club. She pushes past everybody. She makes her way into the bathroom and she goes to a hand dryer thing, which is very reminiscent of when she did that in Desperately Seeking Susan, the first movie
Yep.
that she ever did, or the first
Yep.
movie that she ever starred in.
Yeah.
And then she sang with Sabrina Carpenter like right before that, right? She was on the dance floor, and Julia Garner
Yeah, Julia
showed up. She
Garner
like
showed
sort of
up.
morphed
Yeah.
in. Madonna morphed into Julia Garner,
Right.
which was kind of a cool effect, but it was
It was
very
very
short.
cool. Yeah.
And then she starts singing with Sabrina Carpenter, starting Bring Your Love. And then did you notice this Easter egg? You can hear the intro synth of Lucky Star in there. Did you hear that?
I only watched it once. No, I missed that. I'll have to go
when you
back.
watch it again, you know how Lucky Star starts with that doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo,
Yeah.
and you hear that in this version
Is that
of
how
Bring Your Love.
Danceteria starts? Maybe?
That's Bring Your Love when she's singing with Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then she decides she has to go into the bathroom, and I think it's the men's bathroom because there were urinals in there, and there were men there.
All right.
And then she gets into the song Danceteria, which this might be the banger of the album.
Yeah.
And the visuals were great. She all of a sudden morphs into like she has like this like Bridget Bardot type hair, and the outfit she was wearing, it's not the same exact thing she was wearing on the cover of the Ray of Light album, but it's that weird material that she was wearing. I think it was like a callback, I think. And yeah, that was my favorite part. And then
that's where all the cameos are. I mean, the bulk of them.
Benedict Cumberbatch,
Kate Moss
was in
looking
the mirror.
really great. Yeah.
Debbie Mazar, who was actually like one of Madonna's best friends in real life,
and who was name checked in the song.
Yes, because Madonna met her at Danceteria. So Danceteria was a club in New York City in the 70s and the early 80s, and it was the place where Madonna got her start. She had given one of her mix tapes, like her demo tapes, to the DJ to play it. And it was the song Everybody, which was her very first single. And this happened before she was famous or before she even had a record label or an offer or nothing. And it got played and people were responding positively to it. So she got her start at Danceteria. So this is back to her roots, literally.
And it's a great song.
And I think she was an elevator operator there. She worked there because it was 3 floors or maybe more. But I did read that I've known this for a while. She was an elevator operator there. And I think Debbie Mazar did something else there. But Debbie Mazar is a famous actress in her own right. She's been in a lot of things.
Yeah. And they've been friends for decades and decades. Yeah.
Yeah. So they met each other before they were both famous. But Debbie Mazar she's been in a couple of Madonna videos over the years. She was in, okay, these are the ones that I can remember off the top of my head. She was in the Papa Don't Preach video. She was one of her girlfriends that she's talking with. She was in the True Blue video. She was one of her girlfriends in that. She was also in the Deeper and Deeper video in 92. And also this movie has a Easter egg to the Deeper and Deeper video, because in that video, there was a bunch of women sitting around a room eating bananas. It was kind of weird. Like, what are they doing? They're just eating bananas. But it was a vibe. And in this new one, during like the last number, Read My Lips, where there's a bunch of people sitting in maybe a hotel room, a bedroom, watching TV, and they were all eating bananas. Sure. Total callback to Deeper and Deeper video. So I love these little nuggets that she puts in here. I don't know how I feel about this, like the song Read My Lips with this reggaeton guest rapper dude. It's giving me PTSD for this Medellin that she did with Maluma for Madam X.
Right.
Like, I like Maluma, but that whole thing just, I don't know how I feel about the Madam X era. But it just reminded me of it too much, and I didn't want to think about Madam X right now. But I don't know, maybe it'll grow on me. But no, and then Lourdes comes out, her daughter, Lourdes, who we all know as Lola. She's one of the robot girls, and she has some choice words for us.
Bad words.
Yeah. I forget exactly what she said, but it was cute. Something as somebody in their 20s would say.
And then at the end she said, "Cut, bitch."
Cut, bitch. Yeah.
She's the last person you see.
So yeah, it was exciting. An exciting week for Madonna fans.
And not only did it,
exciting week for Madonna haters too, because they've been busy online.
Right. Oh, I'm sure they are. Well, she never looked better than she looked great in this movie, and, I don't know if you mentioned this, but the movie premiered at the Tribeca Film Festival on Friday night in the short film category, so, I mean, it's basically a music video, a stylized music video, but, since,
Right. So and
MTV doesn't play videos anymore, you have to watch them on
MTV
YouTube.
doesn't exist anymore, really. Um, no,
It
I
really
knew that
doesn't.
this was going to be at that event, Tribeca Film Festival. We've known that for a while now.
Yeah,
My question is this: so music videos are on YouTube now, Vivo
right.
or whatever they call it.
Yeah,
Like there's a specific section in YouTube called Vivo that music videos get released, and you can see how many people have watched them. And people have music video parties. I know I do, where we pass the remote around and we just play a video, like video roulette kind of thing. My question is, are these individual snippets from this film going to be released as videos? Because I would love to just be able to watch the bathroom section of
yeah.
this film for Danceteria.
I would think that if they were going to all the trouble of doing this and spending all this money, that they probably did longer versions of each song or the full version of each song. And so maybe we'll get several videos out of this. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what the plan is.
All right.
I can't imagine that that didn't cost a lot of money, right?
I mean, Madonna's spending a ton of money on this album launch. I
Yeah,
I don't even want to
she's
know how
got a
much
ton of
that
money.
Times Square thing cost, but
No,
uh,
right. Yeah, no,
she wants
it
to
must
do
have
it.
cost a fortune.
She's here's another thing that people don't think about. She's employing a ton of people to be part of
Right.
this. People are making
Yeah,
money and jobs. So she also donates a lot of money to, charity work and other countries that need money. So
yeah. She's done a lot of good.
it's
She's
yeah.
done a lot of good.
So the
Well,
more money she makes, the more money that unfortunate people can make as well.
there you go. There's a positive side to everything. So next time someone badmouths Madonna, you tell them how good she is, how
Yeah.
she gives back to
She
the
does give back.
she does big time, and she always has. Just a little bit more Madonna. She wants people to put their phones away. You probably already know this, Robbie.
She
She said
hates
it.
phones. Yeah.
Yeah, she said it at Coachella. She said it when she went to the Abbey in West
The only
Hollywood.
thing she hates more than phones
Um,
is air conditioning.
yeah, don't get me
She
started on
hates
that
air
one.
AC.
But Anderson Cooper asked her when Anderson introduced her and interviewed her a little bit on Friday night before the Tribeca thing. Um, and she said that she just absolutely wants people to live in the moment, go to concerts and actually enjoy it instead of documenting it and posting it. You know, you see, you know, I'm, ca- I'm I've done it too. I know you did it. You did it a bunch when you went to Youngblood a couple weeks ago. It's like,
I do it, but I don't spend the entire show doing it. I
yeah,
take
and
a
you have to
moment and
force
say,
yourself to put it away.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take some video right now just so I can remember this moment. And then well, but one thing I caught once at a Youngblood concert was I caught him taking his pants down. And he
okay.
showed his butt to the audience. And I was like, wow, well, I caught something fun there,
You mean
So
you caught it on video?
I caught it on video. Yeah.
Oh,
My
you didn't
video
post that one.
was him. No, this was at the concert I saw in Salt Lake City like
Oh,
last year.
got it.
Because this was my second time seeing him. He did do it again this time, but I didn't have my phone out in time and I wasn't gonna try to
Well, sure.
I was trying to be more in the moment this time.
Good. I'm glad. And what do you think? What would you think if you went to a concert? Like if you go to a Bruno Mars concert here in Vegas, they take your phone away from you, or you have to put it in one of those yonder pouches that locks.
So here's the
Would you be
thing.
okay with that?
Here's the thing. So I totally understand what artists like Madonna are saying about the phones thing. It is out of hand
It's
because
out of
it's
control.
like they're looking back at the audience and all you see is a wave of phones right in your freaking face. It's kind of like she likes to perform for people that are having a good time. She
Yeah.
clearly stated that when she was on her Blonde Ambition tour, when you if you saw Truth or Dare. And I totally get that, but I do not agree with them taking your phone away while you're at a show or making you lock it up because I, what if you need to like first of all, now all your tickets are on your phone. You go to the bathroom or you need to find your seat. I don't remember where the heck I was sitting. What section was I in? I need to check my phone to see. I need to
And
message
you
my
wouldn't be
friend
able
to
to
say,
do
"Hey,
that.
I'm at the bar. You want a drink?" Or "I'm at the bathroom. Can you meet me when
I
the show's
understand.
over?" Something like that. But I have been to shows where they do this, and
Yeah,
it was usually comedy shows, and you know why they did it? Because they didn't want you to record the bits and post them online when they were
exactly.
doing a comedy bit. I can't remember who it was that I saw, but it was definitely in these little weird pouches that you have to put them under this machine and it will lock them and then unlock
Yeah.
them.
It's called a yonder
But it's
pouch.
really
Yeah,
weird to sit there with your phone in a little thing, a little cloth bag
that you can't
that you
access.
it's like, I can't get to my phone. It's a weird sensation because everyone's used to having the phone as like their third hand.
Or
It's like an extension of our body now. And I hate that it's that way, but it is that way.
yeah.
Even for me, who I really hate it when I show a movie to somebody. I'm like, "Oh, you need to watch this movie. Let's watch the movie." And I want to see their reactions to certain sections of the film. And there's some nuance going on. And I turn over and they're on their phone. It's
No.
very discouraging when
Oh,
someone's on their phone during a
I don't do
film.
that. I don't even do that when I watch TV. When Dale and I sit down to watch something together, I do not touch my phone.
So see,
I watch it. I
I
watch
I
it.
I appreciate that, Scott, because sometimes I'm on my phone when I'm watching a show. Like I'm like, okay, but I feel like CJ and I, what we need to do is we need to put our phones away
You have to put
more
them away.
more often
You
because
should do what we do. So when we have dinner, we make dinner, we sit down and we eat dinner. After dinner, I do not touch my phone again the rest of the night. I don't touch it.
yeah, I think we could do better like that. I mean, I was talking about how somebody else looking on their phone while they're watching a movie. Yeah, that's for the first time. If I'm watching a movie for the first time, I'm not on my phone. If it's like
Right.
the fourth time I've seen the movie, maybe I'm like on my phone, but
That's different. Yeah.
but I'm the kind of person like to rewatch movies a million times. I said that a million times, but no, it's discouraging when you see someone on their phone. Do you want to call them out about it? I don't know. It's kind of annoying, but and I don't want to be that person that says, "All right, you're coming into my house, we're watching a movie. Everyone put your phone in this basket."
People
Right?
do that. People
I
do that, Robbie.
You know what? Maybe I might get to that point, Scott, because and
Let's
this
enjoy each
and you know
other's
what?
company.
And you know what? This goes right into a story that we can just jump into right now because it totally relates. I think this is another reason why people aren't remembering things as much now, like
Right.
meaning shows and movies, and why there aren't any like long lasting shows and movies that people remember for years and all that.
Yeah.
We talked about this before a couple of episodes ago where we just don't think that there's so much content now that it's hard to remember a show anymore, like
Right.
a new show, right?
It
Of
doesn't
course,
stick with you.
of course, you remember the shows you watched when you were a kid or like early 20s or even like 10 years ago. I don't know. You have a favorite
Sure.
show, you watched it a lot. It was
Like
on TV.
Sopranos
It was on
or
TV for a season,
yeah.
several seasons from September to May for 5 years. You were
Yes.
invested, right?
Right.
Nowadays, you can watch a show in a weekend. We talked about that, right? So I
And then it's
think,
gone.
and it's gone, and then you forget about it, and somebody else, all of your friends might not have never even seen it. And I think that that can relate right to this story that there was a thought provoking piece on the Ankler. It's a website that talks about movies and stuff. They th- they think that 21st century movies have no afterlife, and I think I agree with them.
Yeah. There might be just a couple.
Right? So, for instance, the person writing this article, he said, "Name 5 classic films from this decade," and he's like, "I'll wait." And I was like, "All right, well, let's see. Let me see if I can play his game."
I can
And
think of one.
okay, for this decade, so many things have been happening in real life that it's hard to separate it from entertainment. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Also,
Right.
I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older, but 5 years has gone by in like a year. I feel like 5 years has gone by so fast.
Well, I think that's going to continue to
And
happen as we get older.
we're 6 years into this decade, right? I've been living in Walla Walla the entire time this decade has been going on. And I think
Okay,
that's
so
kind of crazy to me, but
can you name one movie that you think people are still going to be watching in 20 years
no.
that came out in the last 6 years?
I
Not
w-
even one, really.
that you said
What about
people
Oppenheimer? I was
like
going to
people
say
that will still be
Oppenheimer.
talking about in 20 years from now. Well, here's the thing. People are not even talking about Oppenheimer now.
What about Barbie?
Those are the two movies that have been the biggest hits that I can remember in the past
Yeah.
few years. Barbie and Oppenheimer.
And then the friggin' Oz bullshit. Wicked. But I don't know. It's gone now, so maybe people aren't going to keep going back to it.
It's where
I don't know, but where's the Top Gun? Where's the Grease? Where's the Goodfellas? Where are those movies that stick around forever?
where are the catchphrases? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Every movie that I knew what in the 80s, 90s had a catchphrase. Like, not that it had to, but it just sort of had one. Like Clueless. What's the catchphrase from Clueless, Scott? You know it right away. What is it?
There's so many. There's so many.
The main one.
You're catching me off guard. Stop.
As if.
As
That is
if.
the catchphrase from Clueless. As if. And everybody knows that.
It's literally right here.
Yeah, see, there it is. That's a catchphrase. And that was not supposed to be a catchphrase. It just caught on.
See, I have
Things
my little-
nowadays just don't catch on.
I have my Clueless
I
magnet.
love your
set.
magnet set. I kind of want that. Where'd you get that?
I have two. I have one that's actually on the refrigerator and this other one that's not opened yet.
Or even
You
like
want it? When's your birthday? November.
December.
December 31st. December. Never mind. I'll figure it out. December 6th.
8.
December 8th. I was close.
But also like, okay, in the 90s, I think that pop culture peaked in the 90s. That's how I feel about the state of pop culture from the beginning of, let's just say the 20th century, right? Pop culture. I don't know what pop culture was like in the 1800s or
Not very-
before. but
there wasn't much of it
20th century is it for pop
when it
culture, right?
started.
And it peaked at the end of the century in the 90s, and it started going downhill after that.
Right. You're right. You're
You know what I
right.
mean? Because
I
of the
do.
way we're not collectively all like aware of something anymore. And that the 90s and the early 2000s was the last time that happened for us, for people.
Do you have an idea about why?
Yes, it's because of the internet and streaming apps
And
and
social
phones
media.
and all this shit
Social
that we
media.
have now.
Yeah.
And I talk about it, and everybody talks about all of this as sort of like a detriment. There's a lot of positive things to all these new technologies we have, but at what at what cost? The 90s was when it peaked because we didn't. There's so many things, but like I said, catchphrases. Where are all the catchphrases? And where
Good
are
morning, Vietnam.
right? Everything
Well,
everything that we reference now is from the 80s, 70s, 80s, or 90s.
You can't handle the truth.
That was from A Few Good Men. What about You're Gonna Need a Bigger Boat?
Jaws.
70s. What about this one? Alrighty then.
Alrighty then. Is that I don't know.
Jim Carrey, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Like,
yeah, but that's not a classic.
It might not be, but that was a catchphrase that people know about. Or
I was trying to think of the other. I was thinking that was from The Mask.
No, you're thinking that's smoking. Smoking. Yeah, see, that's a catchphrase. And you know what else I think is that prior to people not having watching TV all the time, right? They're watching apps and platforms,
5-second
Netflix,
videos.
all those things. So when we had all TV and you had those movie spots come on for trailers, they were just like ads for movies.
Yeah. I don't see ads for
we
movies
were
anymore.
attacked by ads for movies left and right, and it would be these little TV spots. They might have been
Yeah.
30 seconds or less, but you
Right.
would get like a snippet of a catchphrase, like Home Alone. Remember the catchphrases from Home Alone? You guys give up or you thirsty for more? And that would just be all they showed on TV for a second to tell you that Home Alone, and that's all that you knew exactly what it was just by that. What movie out the past 10 years can be known just by a catchphrase? Just by a catchphrase that
Not one.
everyone would know. Not one.
Not one.
And here's another thing is that
That's because
even people my age, see, it could be a generational thing. I have no clue on earth what people under 25 are doing with their with themselves with movies, or what kind of, maybe they're all have this underground network of catchphrases from movies that came out in the past
Right.
20 years. Who knows? But I don't hear them. You see a
Yeah,
lot of
no.
memes out, but all the memes I see are from movies from 20 years ago or more.
Yeah. And I don't even see movie trailers because I don't watch broadcast TV. So I don't watch cable or broadcast TV, so I don't see commercials.
Here's the other thing. If you want to watch a trailer, you got to look it up yourself.
Yeah,
You're
they're
not
all
just
on YouTube.
Well, and also if someone's not going to do that, then they're not going to be subjected to it.
Yeah.
And then
Or
you're not
you have
going to know about the movie. You're not going to care about it.
Well, you'll see them at the movies.
And this is for us in our generation watching MTV. You watched
Yeah.
MTV all day, right? Most of the
That's
time.
how you knew new music.
Right.
Yeah.
You didn't like it all, but you knew it
Right.
all. You knew everything that was shown, even the stuff you didn't like, because you were watching it and your friend was watching it, your brother was watching it. Everybody was watching the same thing. Nowadays, everything's so fragmented. People are picking and choosing what they want to watch and what to listen to, that nobody is even like, there's no collective experience anymore, which I don't know if that's, for me, I don't think that's better, but
No,
at least
it's a bad thing.
people are getting to seek out what they really want. But I think an experience shared with someone else is way better. You know, like I find somebody my age, right? Just somebody I don't even freaking know. We can immediately start connecting over stuff that we knew back then. I'm 44. You talk about Saved by the Bell to somebody that's 44 that grew up in America, you're going to immediately have a connection. It happened to me this past weekend. Somebody my age, I don't even know what we were talking about. I just met him, and we started going off about Saved by the Bell and how much we love the show. Nowadays, you mention a show that's out now. If I was a kid at school, or you watching, I don't know, I guess they were all watching Stranger Things. That's kind of the
That was a thing.
that's like a outlier, right? Stranger Things kind of was a collective thing. So there are rare instances where this happens. But like here, I wrote down a couple of movies that have come out recently. Well, when I say recently, I mean within the past like 3 or 4 years that I liked, and I would like to see them become part of the collective, pop culture collective. But did you ever see The Menu?
Yes, I loved it.
I
Yeah.
loved The Menu. I thought that, I feel like it was very
That was a small
quotable.
movie, though.
But there was a lot of movies from the 80s that were small that became big.
Yeah.
Cult classics. This could be a future cult classic, The Menu. Saltburn. Did you ever see Saltburn? What about
It's not for everyone.
No, it's not. What about, okay, here's one that I did like it. It's kind of polarizing, but did you ever see Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I did not see it.
It swept the Oscars that year. I think it was 2023.
Jamie Lee won.
Jamie Lee won. Short Round from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom won. He was in it.
Michelle Yeoh.
She won, and it won Best Picture. It didn't sweep because it didn't win Best Actor, but it did win Best Supporting Actor. It won Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress, Best Actress, Best Picture. And
it was a good movie. You enjoyed it?
So here's the thing. I enjoyed it, but it's very weird, and I can understand why somebody would say they didn't like it, because it's very hard to understand.
Right.
I mean, I don't even think I understood it. I treated it like a roller coaster. I got in, I locked myself in and just enjoyed the ride. You should
I
watch
guess I
it. You
should
should
watch
watch
it.
it.
I guess I should watch it. I don't like things like that, which is why I didn't feel a great need to watch it. Like, I don't watch Severance on Apple TV Plus because I
I
just don't
couldn't get
like
into that
stuff
either.
like that.
CJ
Yeah, I
likes
just
it, but if it's too outside of normal reality, I get a little
yeah,
disinterested in it.
me too. I just don't like
I
that
need to
kind of
be
stuff.
based. I need to be grounded in some kind of earthly
Yeah.
thing, you know, um,
Which
because it's
of
rare
course,
that
I
I
love
like.
the I love Star Wars movies, and that's different. But no, just weird stuff for just being weird for weird's sake, I just don't get, and it just doesn't do anything for me. So, but I'll check it out only because Jamie Lee
No.
Curtis is in it,
And
and I
that's where
love
she
her.
finally won her Oscar.
Yeah,
But then did you watch Weapons from
I have not
last
seen
year?
Weapons. No, I've
So you
not
didn't see
seen it.
Weapons. So I think Weapons has the potential to be a movie that people remember.
Was that from the same guy that made Get Out? Is that
No, no, you're
No,
thinking of
no,
Jordan
different
Peele.
guy.
This is the same guy that his name is Krager or something. He did Barbarian that came out during COVID with Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah,
And then
I don't know.
Weapons is his second film, and this movie made so much money.
Yeah, I know.
It has Julia Garner in it, and it's got Amy Madigan plays um, that creepy character that everybody loves, Aunt Gladys. She is
She
she's a
won.
pop culture. Aunt Gladys is pop culture. You see masks for Aunt Gladys at the store for Halloween. You
The
see people
hair,
talking
the
about it.
wigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, you've never even seen the movie, and you know. See,
Of course I know, because it was everywhere.
that's when you
And
know
she won
something.
Academy Award.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad she did. I was rooting for her. But this is how you know when a movie has made it into pop culture rafters, right? When somebody
Right.
has never even seen the movie, but they know about stuff in it. Like Silence of the Lambs. That's a perfect example of something that has reached pop culture heights. You don't even have to watch the movie at all to know practically everything about it. It's quotable. There's all kinds of
It was
stuff that
huge.
people post about in memes. It won all kinds of awards. People are still talking about it for how long has it been? 35 years.
Something like that. Yeah.
So
But it's you're right, though, it's just not happening
it's part of the permanent
in the
pop culture
frequency.
landscape. And,
Right.
what's come out this decade that's going to be part of the permanent pop culture landscape? I don't know. Like
Not a
you
lot.
talk about the Oscars this year. The Oscars just happened 3 months ago. Uh, are you do you hear people talk about anything that came out from the Oscars? I mean, Sinners was a big winner. I loved Sinners. Did you watch Sinners?
I
Dang.
don't go to the movies. You know I don't go to the movies.
So Sinners was great. That has the potential, but I don't know. You gotta wait another reason is you have to wait a while for it to
But it's not because
marinate.
nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it.
Well, it
So
won a lot of Oscars and it made a lot of money, but that's the
nobody
thing we're
gives a
talking
shit
about.
if a movie
Makes
but
a
the
lot of money
average
and wins
you and
Oscars, but
I
then people still don't talk about it.
You and I might care if something wins an Oscar. The average American doesn't give a shit if something wins an Oscar or not. So,
That's true.
honestly, I don't think they care, or would they even bother to watch the show? I mean, they're watching the Spurs and the Knicks.
This, my friends, is the Swish Edition.
There's no excuse not to listen. Swish Edition.
Hey, Robbie, did you watch the Tonys last night?
Did I watch the Tonys? I sure did. If you understand, it excludes a
yeah.
ton of people because not everyone can go to a Broadway show and see that performer in that show to have an
Right.
informed opinion about if that was better than the other show. And shows on Broadway are expensive. First of all, you have to get to New York City from wherever you live. Secondly, you have to get to that specific section of New York City. You have to get a ticket to go, an expensive ticket to go sit in a theater and watch a live show. It's thrilling. Live theater is thrilling, but it's not accessible to everyone. So I feel like The
Well, it
Tonys
is
are for
when
like a set audience, and it's not for a lot of people.
absolutely. No,
'Cause
you're absolutely right.
I mean, I mean, I've seen a Broadway show maybe like 3 or 4 times, maybe 5 in my life, right? Maybe 6. But even then, I'm like, well, I mean, I don't have whereas you can watch a movie anytime, anywhere, essentially, and have an opinion about whether that performance you thought was better than this one. But who really knows when it
No,
comes to the
and
Tonys?
I talk to my brother-in-law about this all the time because he works on Broadway, and I complain about it all the time. The prices are frigging insane. And do you want to know why they're so high?
Why?
Because of the unions. They
Yeah,
have to pay all those people, even the people the ushers who take your ticket and take you to your seat, they're in a union. I mean, there's one guy that empties the trash. There's one guy that's allowed to paint sets, but he's not allowed to move something. He
right.
can't change a light bulb. You have to pay when you have an orchestra. You have to have a certain number of them. You can't just have like a quartet.
And
Um,
if you need to replace somebody for something like somebody's sick, you have to get someone that's in the union. And if somebody works over a certain amount of time, that you got to pay them the overtime.
yeah, it's very, very expensive. And I was just reading an article today that said that most of the musicals on Broadway never make a profit.
Then
Most
what's
of
the
them.
fucking point, really? I mean,
Yeah,
there's artistry and then there's profit, but you got to meet in the
yeah.
middle to make it work.
Things like now Chicago makes money because it recouped its money decades ago.
Well, they were
Um,
showcased in the show last night
yeah,
for like best revival, or no, I'm sorry, best revival was a bunch of other stuff, but
yeah,
they were celebrated because they're the longest running revival of all time.
right.
Well,
That's
that's
right.
because Andrew Lloyd Webber's Phantom of the Opera is no longer
Oh,
playing. That's why.
did you see Phantom on Broadway?
I never did.
It
Never.
was so good. It was so good.
I
I was
wish I
so
wish I could go back in time and do that.
yeah, I was so sad when that stopped. Um, I've never seen Chicago on
I
Broadway.
saw Chicago actually on Broadway.
Yeah. Who was our guest star? Like it's been
Oh,
everybody. Like Brooke Shields has done it. Lisa Rinna has done it.
so
Everybody's
when I
done
was
it.
seeing it, the big, oh,
Anne
I
Ranking.
feel like George Hamilton was playing Billy Flynn, but the other people were like people I didn't know. And
Yeah.
I saw this like back in like 2007 or yeah, 7. And I loved the movie Chicago so much that I wanted to see the Broadway show, but I was a little underwhelmed by the Broadway show compared to the movie. I mean,
The movie.
there's limitations on a stage,
Yeah.
and
Which
and
movie? The chick from Shameless? That movie?
there's only one Chicago movie, the one with Catherine
Chicago.
Zeta-Jones. Yeah,
Yeah, I was thinking Phantom. I'm sorry.
but yeah,
You
no, yeah,
switched on me. Yeah.
Chicago.
Have you seen the Phantom movie with that chick that was on Shameless on Showtime? And
The movie that
Butler,
came out
Gerard
like
Butler?
yeah, I saw it. And I mean, there's a ton of different
I
versions of
thought
that
it was
movie. I've seen
good.
all of them.
Yeah. I thought that Catherine Zeta-Jones movie was good.
Yeah.
You didn't like it?
No, I love Chicago, the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I saw the show on Broadway, I was a little underwhelmed
Yeah.
because I like
It's small.
it's weird for me. I get like I'm the kind of person that likes to watch a movie over again, right? Because I love the way that a line is delivered or a song is sung or something is done. And when it's different than what I want it to be, I'm
Right.
like,
Oh,
so like the person that's saying like when you're good to mama, that one, like totally different arrangement, different whatever. And I was like, it's not the same. I didn't want to see this one.
no, I'm totally with you. I've felt the same way about so many shows. Also, one of my favorite shows is Sunset Boulevard, but I hate the way they've staged it. I saw it with Glenn Close.
Well, I saw it with
There were no sets.
I
I don't
it.
like shows without sets.
That's weird to me too, because I did not see it with Glenn Close, but I saw it the same time period when Glenn Close was doing it. But she didn't go on the tour of the country. I saw it in in Virginia, in Norfolk, and what's her name? Shoot, the woman that sings Downtown. What's her name?
Lulu?
Petula Clark. Petula
Petulia.
Clark.
She was doing it?
She did it. Yes.
Wow.
And I saw that. This was back in like 2000, 1999, 2000, somewhere in there. And yeah, and they had the nice big staircase and the reflection of the pool like on the wall, you know.
Good.
And like
That's
did you
cool.
see the recent one with Nicole Scherzinger?
No, I would have loved to. I love that they went outside in the middle of it.
Well, I mean, we might want to save some of this for an actual show to talk about, but
I'm taping this.
I like Nicole Scherzinger. I mean, I'm not going to say I like her a lot, but I appreciate her as a performer. I think does a good job. She's a professional, and she won the Tony for Sunset Boulevard, so she's doing something right. And my problem is not with her. It is, does she look like someone who's washed up? You know what I mean? Like the whole point of Sunset Boulevard is that somebody that's past their prime. They have lost it and they're never getting it back. You look at Nicole Scherzinger, you're like, she could get that back any second.
Of course, she was horribly miscast. Although
it just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like somebody playing. It's like a woman playing Frankenfurter in the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It doesn't make any goddamn sense.
It doesn't make any sense. You're right.
It takes away from the whole point of the show.
Well, I said that about Hamilton. I didn't understand all these black people playing white characters.
But for that, Scott, I think that was the point of that show.
It was the point.
Yeah,
I understand that.
That would be
but
like so a thing would be like redoing Hamilton like 5 years from now and doing it with an all white cast.
God, no,
you know, then it would
never
like,
go over.
What?
It would never go over.
And you know, I mean, I don't know. It's like,
I just can't believe that Schmigadoon won because it wasn't even a really great TV show. And then I don't understand.
Well, I had never heard anything about it until last night.
Really?
Schmigadoon. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know it was a show on Netflix. Never heard about it. Don't even know what it means.
It was it was fun. Dale and I watched a couple episodes, but then we lost interest.
So what does Schmigadoon mean? Is it the name of the town?
Yeah, it's so this couple gets lost in the woods and they come across this magical town that doesn't really exist. I don't know.
But they all look like they're from the turn of the last century.
Yeah, and they just all of a sudden start singing for no reason.
Like it's Sunday in the Park with George or some shit.
Yeah, but in this musical, unlike every other musical, some of the characters actually go, why is everyone singing? This is stupid.
That's kind of funny. I like that.
Yeah, which is why I've always hated musicals.
Well, for that
reason,
Scott, this is another thing that we can agree on. Okay, I don't hate musicals that bad, but the ones I like better and appreciate more are the ones that are not trying to be. Take, for instance, Cabaret. All those songs are done on a stage in the movie. So there's musical numbers in the movie, but they make sense. It's not like somebody just decided to start singing out of nowhere. Like a typical musical
My husband left me.
Right.
What am I going to do?
So I love Cabaret, and it's very raw and gritty. And I think Cabaret is my number one favorite musical movie. But then you have Chicago that we just talked about, and I don't know if you noticed this, but it's kind of obvious to me. I noticed it like the first time I saw it. All the musical numbers are in Roxy's head. They're not real.
Did I know that? I'm not sure I knew that.
So it's not like people are just singing out of nowhere. So the only two musical numbers that are real is the first number of All That Jazz when Roxy sees Velma Kelly sing it at the club. That's real. And then the very last number where they're singing together, you know, they decided to join forces and sing the Hot Honey Rad. That's real. Everything in between is all in Roxy's imagination. Or not her imagination, essentially her imagination. Like things are playing through, but she's envisioning what's happening in her head in a musical way. Watch it again with that mindset, and you'll be amazed.
I didn't know that. Well, my favorite was Hedwig and the Angry Inch. I love that. with Neil Patrick Harris.
I
saw
like it.
that?
I like it with John Cameron Mitchell.
Well, yeah.
I saw that on
he's the
Broadway.
original. Yeah. I saw it with Neil Patrick Harris, and it was fun. And I loved it because it was only 90 minutes long, no intermission.
Perfect.
Perfect for
I
me.
love to be entertained, but I like to be entertained in a short amount of time.
There you go. And I also liked Beauty and the Beast.
Scott, I freaking love Beauty and the Beast.
It was a good show. Did you see it on Broadway?
Yes. Well, I mean, traveling. I mean, I saw it in DC at like the Warner Theater or something.
I saw it on Broadway. But I think it's still there. Is it still there? Maybe it's not.
It is
Lion King
so
is
much fun. Beauty and the Beast is a perfect show because you've got the story that you can follow very easily. You've got fun things on the stage that you can constantly look at, like all the characters that are objects, and
it's like a cartoon come to life.
Right. You know what else I liked? I liked Anything Goes. Did you ever see Anything Goes?
Did I ever see it? I was in it.
You were in Anything Goes?
I was in Anything Goes. Senior year in high school, I was sailor number 3.
Wow, that's fun.
In the olden days, a glimpse of stocking was looked on something shocking. Now heaven knows. I can still do the dance.
Anything goes. But can you sing that in Mandarin Chinese?
No, I can't.
But
no.
So, but yeah, like the more traditional musicals are ones I could take or leave, like the more dusty ones, the
Chorus Line.
No, I like Chorus Line, and those are songs that are supposed to be sung too, like because they're auditioning.
Grease.
I like Grease, but I don't love it. If that makes sense.
I don't think I've ever seen Grease on stage. I've only seen the movie.
Movie is a little different from the stage show because like Hopelessly Devoted to You was not part of the stage show because it was in Olivia Newton-John's contract that she had to sing a solo number in any movie that she was in or something like that. So they tacked that in. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah.
Fun. Well,
fun stuff.
Yeah, that was fun. I was happy Laurie Metcalf won.
And her dress was so good. I loved her hair, her dress.
She looked amazing.
Her speech was a little not as.
Her speech was weird.
It was very like, oh, I'm getting this award, bye, thanks. And then she just like thanked like typical. She didn't like bawl all over anything.
No,
I mean I don't know. She's won a Tony before. She's probably like whatever. But
two of my favorite actors won last night. Laurie Metcalf and fuck. I just had his name
Was it the guy that was in the Lost Boys? That one? John Lithgow.
John Lithgow.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
He won for playing Raoul Dahl, or I don't think I'm saying his name. Raoul Dahl. It's a weird first name. It's pronounced weird.
James and the Giant Peach and
that author,
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Yeah.
And I think the controversy is
problematic.
He's kind of like anti-Semitic. Yeah.
There's all kinds of things wrong with him. But the books are great.
I grew up with those books.
Of course, me too. My mom used to read us James and the Giant Peach when we went to bed at night, like one chapter a night. That was really cool.
There was another person that won last night that I was very happy, and it was a woman, but I'm trying to think. I can't. Oh, it was Leslie Manville. She's not a household name, but did you watch Harlots on Hulu? Okay, Scott. When your project for the year is to watch Harlots because you like soap opera.
Yeah, I do.
And this is soap opera set it's like a nighttime soap feel set in in London during like the Marie Antoinette era, and it's rival whorehouses.
Oh, that sounds fun.
And it gets real nasty, meaning like bad shit happens to people like on a soap opera.
Okay.
And Leslie Manville plays the head bitch. So what were they called? The madam. She played the head madam at the bad whorehouse, like the one that was like, she's gonna work you to death. She's evil. And then the nice whorehouse had there's another actress, I can't remember her name, but you'll recognize her when you see her. It was fun. You and Dale might like it. Just put it on your radar.
I will put it on my radar with 95,000 other things.
Harlots.
Oh, yeah.
It was only 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna check it out. I'll write it down. We just started watching Criminal Minds, the new season that just started. So there's just so much on our plate, so much. All right, so Robbie and I are going to tape another show on Wednesday, and it'll come out on Friday. So you get 2 episodes this week.
Yeah, we're gonna get 2. You're gonna get 2 episodes from us this week.
Yay!
Because
All right,
we do
Robbie.
have a lot of other things to talk about. There was just so many things going on.
There's a ton more I want to talk about.
There's so
we're
many
going to do it.
things. There's so
Especially
we are never out of stories for you guys.
No,
Never.
we could just talk all day and all night, but we're not going to.
Especially when it's
'cause I'm
about movies and
hungry.
pop culture
Exactly.
and how
Well,
pop culture is dying.
God, it's depressing. Well, we don't want to just depress people. We have to give them some hope, right?
No, a new hope.
A new hope.
Star Wars 4, man.
Great movie.
no.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, Robbie.
See ya.
The Swish Edition is a production of Bethwick Media, LLC. Learn more about the show at swishedition.com. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a review on your favorite podcast app or site. But only if you like us.